Hi everybody, this is Tina. We are going to do some creating today. I gotta go grab my cord for my computer. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Did anybody pop in? Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris. Hey, Gail. I know you couldn't hear anything because I wasn't here. Yeah. Can you hear now? Okay, sorry. I had to run and get my cord for my computer because my computer's almost dead. And I didn't realize that. Okay, that's why I started a few minutes early. Just to make sure that everything was working. Oh, good. Hey, Elizabeth. Hi, Linda. Okay, good. Hey, Susie. Oh, wow. Diana. Hi, guys. Okay, awesome. So if you're watching this on YouTube later on, this is a Facebook Live. I'm on my Facebook business page, which can be searched and found at Katina Martinez. And then it's Loving Life's Little Blessings. So if you're catching the replay, hey, Christine, I always say that wrong. If you guys are catching the replay on YouTube, that's how you can find me. Right now, I'm doing Facebook Lives every other Friday. So I've been popping in more and doing little ones, but as far as like creating, we're doing creating every other Friday. And my window over here, right over here, I have a window. It's open because you guys, I am getting these, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're flies or flying ants, but it's like they get in my window. I have a big window right behind me on the wall. And I don't know if they're like in the window track, but every couple days I open my window, like I open the blinds, and there's like hundreds of these little tiny, they look like baby flies. We have sprayed, we have set traps, we've done everything. And every couple days there's hundreds of them. And then I have to spray in here, and then it smells awful. So I have a window open here on the side of me, and if it gets to be too loud, we will close it. But I really prefer not to have a headache today from bug spray in my office. So today we're going to use this embossing folder, and I'm hoping that it's coming out clearer. I hope you guys are getting a better view because I'm using my phone. So instead of using my camera that attaches to my computer, I'm just using my iPhone, and I'm hoping that it's going to come out that the view for you guys is going to be a little bit crisper because I feel like that's been a struggle the last couple ones. So we're going to use this embossing folder, and I want to share with you guys a bunch of things with this embossing folder because it's beautiful. So oh, good. Thanks, Linda. Hey, Mom. My mom popped on here. So hopefully you guys will be able to see better. So I might have to run and get my phone cord to plug in my phone if it starts to go dead. I'm not sure what the situation is going to be. So this embossing folder right here is really gorgeous, you guys. I love it. This sort of matches our logo for the 30 years. So for Stampin' Up 30-year anniversary logo stuff, branding stuff, this sort of matches. So I have a suitcase, a little luggage carrier that I got in November on stage, and it has these really gorgeous blue flowers, and they kind of look like this. So I had to have this folder. This is a really thick embossing folder. So this is a dynamic embossing folder. So let me show you the difference. I love embossing folders. I think they add so much to your project, and they are really inexpensive. So here's a normal embossing folder, and you can see the difference. Probably not if I smash them together. It just looks like one embossing folder. But you can see the difference from the normal embossing folder and then the dynamic. And this is going to give you such a beautiful impression. So when you're using this on your big shot, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lay this plate down, the Big Shot platform plate, and then the other plates that come with your Big Shot are going to be 2 clear plates, and they get like this once you start using them. So some people get nervous when this starts to happen to their plates. They think something's wrong, but it's not. It's just the way that your dies interact with your plates. So these are the other things that come with your Big Shots. So normally when you're cutting a die, you have this piece down. Mine's kind of getting chewed up. Then you have a plate, then you put your die, then you put your other plate. When you're doing an embossing folder, you put your clear plate down, your embossing folder, your other clear plate, and you run everything through. When you're using the dynamic, you don't use a bottom plate. You put the plate down and a clear plate, and you run that through. So hopefully that makes sense. So you can use any weight of paper with this. I'm going to show you several different things that I've done so you can see the different ways it works. Depending on how thick the cardstock is going to depend on how thick the image you get is, and then depending on what you do with it. So if you use a really thin, like if you use Whisper White, this is just our regular Whisper White, and it's pretty thin. It's 80 pounds. So this is going to, it's still going to give you this beautiful impression when you use this, but it might tear. So I've noticed with these dynamic embossing folders, if your paper is thin, it will tend to tear. So one of the things you can do to avoid that is put copy paper in between. So put a piece of copy paper down, then put your paper down, then put another piece of copy paper, like just printer paper, like really thin printer paper, and then run that through, and that will give you enough of a buffer in between that you might not have any tearing. This one, because of the way the image is, so you can see it's a floral image and the lines aren't really close together, you're probably not going to get any tearing. But if you use something like, let me grab one of my other ones. Well, even this one, here's another, oh, I have a smaller dynamic one, I think. I just organized all my dies recently and embossing folders. Well, the only other large one I have, like this one, is the sequence. And these are not really close together, so you're probably not going to experience tearing. If you have an embossing folder that's like this, and it has these lines that are super close together, the thinner your paper, the more of a risk you run of it tearing, especially if it's one of these thick embossing folders. So the way it works is just the plastic is thicker. So when it presses everything together, more of that paper is going deeper into these lines. So I always suggest using a little bit thicker of paper if at all possible. So hopefully that makes sense on what plates to use on your Big Shot. You just run it through, and then let me set all of this stuff aside. So some of the things that we're going to use today, let me show you guys. So I have these clean color real brush watercolor markers. I've had these for a while. These were all the rage, I don't know, about a year or so ago. I have the 60 count. This was the highest count you could get at the time. Now I think there's one that is 120. I'm going to use these. I'm also going to use watercolor pencils. And then I also have blends. So I do have a project we're going to put together, but really, you guys, I just want to do some techniques with you guys and talk to you about this embossing folder and share it with you guys. My pre-order is supposed to be here any minute. Usually comes around 11:30 or so. And if it comes while we are still live, I will open that up with you guys. Hey, Sandy. Okay, so what I'm going to start with here, let's see, what should I start with first? Okay, let's do some show and tell first and some techniques, and then we'll put together a card. So make sure you guys leave a comment, even if you're watching the replay, leave, unless you're on YouTube, if you're catching the YouTube replay, the Facebook rewind on YouTube, you can't comment to win the giveaway I have. But if you're watching on Facebook, even if I'm not live still and you're catching the replay, leave a comment with your name, maybe where you're from, and I will pick a winner to win a little giveaway. I'll share that at the end of our time together. And I lost my train of thought, you guys. And if you share the video, you get to be entered twice. Okay, so here's some different pieces that I embossed. So here we have on shimmery white cardstock. So can you guys tell that this is a little washed out, I'm noticing. Do we need to turn the light off? Let's see. Can you guys see that better? Because it is a tiny bit washed out. I have a little bit of a delay. So I've got to wait just a second to see if I need the light on or off. Well, it doesn't help a ton, does it? Maybe now? Can you guys see that? So this is on shimmery white. Maybe I'll turn the light back on in a second. So this is shimmery white. So this is a thick cardstock. The light is worse. So lights on or off, guys? What do you think? On or off? So this is a thicker piece of cardstock. It has the shimmery part to it. So like here is the back and it's nice and shimmery. And so it has a, not a coat of stuff, but the way the surface of the paper is a little bit different. So this is a little bit thicker. Now this isn't necessarily for watercoloring, but you can use it with watercoloring because it's thicker paper, okay? So then what I did is I also did this on watercolor paper. So this is thicker and we're gonna be able to watercolor on this. Now when I watercolor, I like to use either my Wink Stella or we have an aqua pen. The aqua pen that I prefer is this one, just because I have a little bit more control over it than the aqua painters. Okay, so I'll keep the lights off, guys. I think there's maybe enough light in here. So I have just done this several times on different, this is all watercolor paper. And then this is that shimmery paper. And then we're gonna make a card. I have a bunch over here and I'm gonna make a card. And, oh, and my husband just stopped. Awesome. I wonder why he's here. Okay, so we're gonna make a card. And I have a bunch of cardstock that is cut. And you guys can see the image. Hold on one second, guys. Hey, babe. Is everything okay? Oh, okay. I'm live. I'm on a live video. Okay, so let's do some watercoloring first. Or some blends. I also have the blends over here. So what I wanted to try with the blends is to get this look like the logo. So when you're using blends, these are alcohol markers. So if you're using blends or you're using Copic markers, let me grab a couple Copics. these are Copics. Whenever you're using alcohol type markers, it's going to bleed, and you're going to need a little bit thicker paper if you're going to do a lot of blending. And you can mix your blend markers with your Copic markers. It's all pretty much the same concept. So here is Night of Navy. And what I like to do is I like to start with my lightest color first. And I'm not great at this, you guys. So here's the deal, like I'm not perfect at coloring. Let me lower you guys. Sorry for the shaking, guys. Thought I would get you closer. Yeah, that's a little better. So I'm not great at coloring, but you don't have to be perfect at coloring to color. I mean, it's just supposed to be fun. So the great thing about the embossing folder, oops, I just got on there because I'm not directly over my image, is you have this raised part of your image, and so coloring it can be a little bit easier because the lines are a little bit thicker. And if you're right directly over your image, it can be easier to stay in the lines. So if we do that, and with your markers, what's going to happen is it's going to bleed out. It's going to soak into the fibers of the paper, and it's going to spread out. So a lot of times I try not to go right to the edge of whatever I'm doing. So then I'm just coming in with my dark. And then we'll come back with the light. And this is going to bleed through. It's probably bleeding through to my mat. I feel like this one over here is a little bit better. That first one, I got a little carried away. So can you start to see that? So let's do our light again. I feel like this isn't light enough. Like I feel like this is pretty dark. I wonder if I should try with the Copics, since I have a couple different shades of the Copics. The more you layer this too, the darker it will get. Now I'm starting to get the hang of it. So this is one way you can use this embossing folder. I'm a white space kind of girl. I really love cards that have a lot of white space. So I think that these would be beautiful just embossed with the white and a sentiment, maybe embossed like a gold embossed sentiment on the bottom. All of my catalog documents that are going out, the envelopes, I think, Chris is on here, so she could maybe confirm this or deny it, one or the other, will have this little touch of this embossing folder on the envelope because it looked so pretty embossed on the envelope. So I'm just doing like a flicking motion up from the middle of the flower so I can get some shading. So I wonder if I should try my Copics because I have a couple different colors to choose from. And I will put a photo here on my Facebook page of the luggage, the little, it's a carry-on that I got at on stage on November. I earned it for being a part of the top 100 global demonstrators. So I earned it, and it's gorgeous. I have it displayed in my office here because it's so pretty. So see how pretty that is? And if you use your, this has a little tiny bit of purple on it. I need a scratch piece of paper. You guys know I never have scratched pieces of paper laying around. Okay, let's just use this, even though it's a whole sheet of paper. Okay, so if you use your Wink of Stella, it's going to move that color around even more. It's going to blend that. And oh my gosh, you guys, it's gorgeous. So you can definitely see that shimmer. So the raised parts, all you have to do is use, again, your blends, if you're using blends, and just do a flicking motion and add some color to that. It doesn't have to be all the way to all the edges. I mean, that's going to be the whole point of realizing it's embossed and having that look. But if you just use a very light hand, it's super easy. It's a lot easier than it seems. Do a really light hand, go close to the edge, and then that marker is going to seep into that cardstock, and it's going to go. So like right here's the little branch, really light hand. Oops, that was a little heavy. See, a little bit heavy right there. But you're going to be able to do that. So this might take a little bit of time, and then you have these smaller flowers. So let's see, a good color to go with blue. Is it maybe yellow? What's on there? Oh, it's like a Calypso coral. So let's do Calypso coral. So here's a Calypso coral. You can use the tip. And you're still going to get the idea. This might take a little while. This might take longer than you want it to. Okay, so then for the middle, instead of doing all of this, look, you can just go over it. So again, you have lots of different options. So let's go over that with the Wink of Stella. And it's just going to give you a look, right? So you can see this might take you a little bit of time. So if you're like me and you don't like taking a lot of time to do your projects, this might not be the way to go. So let's do another one. So this, let's grab this is the shimmery white. So let's do this with watercolor pencils. So here's the watercolor pencils, and I'm going to use blue, I'm going to use Calypso coral, and I'm going to use yellow. So we're going to keep up with the same colors. I'm going to pull my black and my white and my gray. So we have the blue. So with the pencils, it's a lot more forgiving, right? You're not going to have to worry about kind of ink seeping into these edges because it's not going to. It's pencil. So this is going to be really forgiving. These are watercolor pencils. So we're going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella here at the end, and it's going to be really pretty. So I'm going to do a lot of color here at the bottom and then less color at the top. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of gray here at the bottom as well. So let's do a couple of these petals. When you're using your watercolor pencils, you want to just make sure that they're really sharp. So mine are not really sharp. I've done a couple projects recently and they're not really sharp. So just make sure that you sharpen them. I have a great pencil sharpener it's from Prisma, and on Amazon it was less than $2. So it doesn't have to be an expensive sharpener. Let's add a little bit of gray to this bottom here. Okay. Then let's use our Wink of Stella. So I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. Now this is going to get in here and it's going to move that color around. So now when you're using your Wink of Stella, you're going to want to be careful when you come right up to those edges, because the Wink of Stella will make it bleed. So if you're having trouble with your Wink of Stella coming out, all you have to do is squeeze it. So do this over a piece of paper, like a scratch piece of paper. Squeeze really hard on this. You'll see the stuff start to come out here, and then it's all going to kind of blop out. That's a great word, right? It's just going to kind of fall out of your pen, and you're going to be like, oh no, that's a mess. Just take a piece of scratch paper. What I'm doing is I'm kind of wiping it back and forth. Probably it might be better if you have a scratch piece of paper and you're not ruining a piece of cardstock. But you do what you got to do, right? Grab a cardstock, and then it will lessen. So maybe for a couple projects, you're going to have a lot and you're going to need a paper towel or a piece of scratch paper handy, but it should kind of even out. So we're doing some more blue. So I feel like the color pencil is definitely a lot brighter. Like I don't feel like I get as much dark as I would like it to. You can add more pencil on top of this to try to get it a little bit darker. You can add a little bit of black instead of gray. Let's add a little bit of black in here, and that will darken it up. You can even go back after you've done the Wink of Stella, or if you're just using water, add a little bit of black. Okay, and then do that all over again. And then be careful when you come up to the edges, because that's going to spread. So it will spread onto your raised edges if you're not careful. If you get too much black on there, just wipe it off and your brush will come clean. And then go in. Darken that up. Okay. So then you can do the same thing. Now this is going to be easier too with these smaller flowers, because you're just going to put that color right on the raised edge and you're not going to have to worry about it. With watercolor pencils, the great thing is that you're going to come back and move that around and smooth that color out. So really, if you're just getting color on there, no worries. With these smaller flowers, they're a little bit puffier. Not necessarily thicker, but a little puffier. And so when you're pushing down with that pencil, you're going to kind of smash into the paper. But mine are kind of jumping back. They're like popping back up once I move the pencil. But just so you know. So then again, make sure your Wink of Stella is, see, the tip of mine is blue. So you just want to make sure all that blue is gone before you come back in, and then move that Calypso Coral around. The other thing you can do is take your pencil, put a little bit of color right on there, and then tap it to your paper. And then for the yellow in here, there's raised areas here in the yellow. So with the pencil, what's going to be nice is my pencil's just going to fall into those grooves. I can wiggle it around and they're going to stay right in the grooves, because it's a pencil. And definitely if my pencil is sharp, it's going to work better. My kids are constantly using my pencil sharpener, and so it's upstairs with their school stuff. So then I can just move this around. Here, it's going to lighten that up and add a little shimmer. So here's the next look. Sometimes we forget about the supplies we have, huh? Like with our watercolor pencils, I've had these for a while and I just recently got them back out to start using them again. And kind of, I had forgotten about them. So here's with the alcohol markers. You can see that's much deeper. So the color, I feel like it's deeper. I do feel like there is some, now that it's starting to dry a little bit, there is a little bit more depth to it. And then the colored pencils I feel like are a little bit lighter. So that was colored pencils and alcohol markers. So now let's see how these clean color real brush markers work. So these are colored watercoloring. The element is watercoloring, but they are like brushes. So they're not like, they're not like a felt tip marker. So let's do a couple different blues. We will do, I think this is a brown. Oh no, oops, sorry guys, sorry. That is a little bit of a red. So we'll need a yellow. The colors on these are a little bit different. I guess that's as close as I'm gonna get to coral. These are a little tricky to use. Kind of got to get used to them. So we'll do these two. So these, I feel like, are going to be my favorite with this embossing folder. I feel like you have a lot of control with these. The brush is really fine. So getting in these edges are going to be a lot easier. And these are watercolor. So you're just going to do the same thing where if you use the Wink of Stella, it's going to move that color around. So I should have done the light color first. Yeah, this light color isn't even going to show up now. But what we can do is we can add that dark. So let's do the light on this other one. So if we fill all that in, if we're trying to get some shading, then maybe using a little bit lighter first is gonna work. I'm not the best at shading or coloring. There's probably lots more people out there that are probably a lot better at it. I just like to have fun. So I try not to worry about if it's perfect or exactly how it should be. I tend to have a little bit of trouble figuring out lighting, like where lighting is supposed to come from. So I just do what looks good to me, and then I don't worry about it. So I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella here. I'm going to make sure that there's no other color on the tip of it. And then I'm going to move this around. So honestly, you guys, this is like the second time that I've used these markers. I've not used them a ton. I probably should use them more since I invested in them. But I think that the fun part of it is just finding the product that works for you. I really, watching videos of people use this, I really thought for watercoloring, it was going to be a product that would work for me. I have really found a lot of luck using my Wink of Stella to do watercoloring. So you can see the difference in when I used the light color and then when I just used the dark color. So I think if you find the product that works for you and then just have fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be, you know, a master at coloring to enjoy it. I think we, you know, get too caught up in how perfect everything has to be. It's just supposed to be fun. Crafting is fun. So these definitely work really well. You can get these type of watercolor brush markers for a little bit cheaper. These were very, very expensive. So this 60 set, when I purchased it, was $120. I think the 60 set now is a little bit cheaper because they have the 120 piece set. But I got my daughter these types of watercolor brush markers for Christmas, And I got her a set that was 30 bucks. And it does basically the same thing. Okay, so let's add some Wink of Stella to that. And see, when you go over this, it kind of goes into those lines. See, I'm being kind of messy there in the middle of it, but I really like the ones I got for Kayla, Chris. Is that the question? What brand are they? The ones I got for Kayla? I think they are called Aztec. I will find a link on Amazon and I'll share it with you guys. Mine are the Zig. So these are Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers. And they are the set. I have the set of 60. I don't really, so my personal opinion is I started out with the set of 48 and I should have just stayed with that. Because as you can see, these are the two blues. There's not a lot of difference between them. So I feel like I probably should have just stuck with the 48 considering I don't use them very much. And then I just did these color swatches. And that's this, this is probably the first time I used them, and this is probably the second. They were very popular about a year or so ago, and I just had to have them. Okay, so here's the watercolor brush markers. This is the blends, which I think I like the best. Hey, Ashley. And then this is the color pencils. So you guys can see the difference in those. So again, I think this looks beautiful just like this. I think it's a gorgeous embossing forward. Okay, so now let's put together a card. And I'm really zoomed in now, so I'm going to try to be aware of what is on camera and what is not. Okay, so, oh, here, let's look at this with the, on cardstock. You really can see the outlines and whatnot here on the cardstock. Oh, the wind is blowing, guys. Sorry. Okay. So I feel slightly like this is slightly blurry. Okay. So this is mint macaroon cardstock. And this is Blackberry Bliss. These are two returning colors. Mint Macaroon and Blackberry Bliss are one of my favorite. These are two of my very favorite colors. And it really pays off to hoard all of your supplies because I looked through my ribbon basket and found Blackberry Bliss ribbon. It's a little hard to see on the Blackberry Bliss there. But look at how gorgeous that is. Oh, I just love this color, you guys. I'm so excited to have this back in our lineup. Blackberry Bliss is a color that I feel like, too, anytime I use it, I get it everywhere. Like it's constantly, ink is everywhere. So I thought we would make a card, and then I'm going to have you guys give your opinion. So originally, I wanted to do this because I think that this is gorgeous. Maybe some light now. Should we do light, or is that going to make it worse? I feel like maybe that's going to wash it out. So I really like the Blackberry Bliss here on the white cardstock. But then I also have the mint macaroon with no white border. So those are going to be my two options. And I'm going to let you guys decide, okay? So here's the two color choices. And then here's the designer paper that I'm going to use. So you guys tell me which one you like better. Oh, light is better on dark. Okay. Okay, so here's the cardstock choices. So do we like the Blackberry Bliss? I also have the ribbon I could add to the Blackberry Bliss. Or do we like the Mint Macaroon? So I have some votes for Blackberry Bliss. What do you guys think? The Blackberry Bliss really, really showcases this embossing folder. I cannot get over it. And you can also use the backside. So this is the way the embossing folder looks when it is raised, which is gorgeous. But you can also flip it over and you guys can use the back of this, which gives you a totally different look. But it's really just as pretty. Okay, so I have 2 votes for Blackberry Bliss, 1 for Mint Macaroon. Let's go with Blackberry Bliss because I do love it so much. So which designer paper? Top or bottom? Oh, add Wink Stella, like add it to the flower. Do you want to try that? Where's my Wink Stella? Oh, right here. Okay, so let me get this yellow off. See, when I push on this, it releases more of the Wink Stella. And the other thing you guys can do is if you just untwist this, you can fill this with water. And you can keep reusing it. And this makes a great watercolor brush because you have much more control over how much comes out. Okay, the bottom one, so that would be this piece. Okay, so let's add Wink Stella to this. We're going to add it all over, but let's start with inside this flower. Because Blackberry Bliss is such a dark, rich color, that Wink of Stella is has a little bit of a silver tone to it. So you're really going to see that. Look how pretty that is. And then let's just add it to some of these. Instead of adding it to everything, that was my original thought. Let's add it to just a couple of these. And this, you don't have to be too terribly careful. Just a light hand. This is so pretty. Okay, so that's probably good. What do you guys think? Yes, and you can fill them with alcohol. I usually do an alcohol water mixture and you'll get more glitter. It'll still be glittery for a little while. So let's make sure this is dry and then we'll bring our white cardstock over. We're going to use this bottom piece. I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to use this stamp set. I think I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Is gonna go here. This product is available. The embossing folder is only available in the large bundle right now. So when you get the Gotta Have It All bundle, you're going to get the embossing folder. You will get 2 stamp sets. You'll get the stamp set we're using. And then you'll also, for free, get the Statement of the Heart stamp set as well. So let's use this. I'm using Blackberry Bliss. I have the old Blackberry Bliss ink pad because all my ink pads are coming today. They should be here any minute, actually. I'm getting anxious. I have the old version of the ink pad, but I dug it out of my supplies. That's why it's great to hoard your supplies. Don't let anybody tell you not to hoard. I'm just kidding. Hey, Heather. Okay, so we stamped that with Blackberry Bliss. So that came out really dark, you guys. Good grief. I feel like it doesn't even look like it's Blackberry Bliss. Does it? I wonder if I should stamp that again. Well, I think I'm just going to go with it because I don't have another circle. But also, let's open these. So these are the pearlized doilies. Well, maybe this isn't going to work. The circle maybe should have been smaller. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's start to put this together and we'll figure it out. So here's my pieces. I know it does look black, doesn't it? Blackberry Bliss in general is a darker color. Here, let's grab, I do have some white cardstock up here. Unless I didn't clean my stamp, which Chris knows that happens a lot. I don't clean my stamps and then there's a problem. Well, it is really dark. It is a dark color. So I guess I'm okay. I was expecting it to come out a little lighter, the ink. Okay. See? This ink, this Blackberry Bliss, I just feel like it gets everywhere. It's the color. Okay. So we have this. So originally I was thinking we would put this here. Let's make sure the flowers are going the right direction. And then we would put our sentiment here. Oh, stamp off. Let's try that. Good call. Okay, let's try this. So if this technique is called stamping off. You dip your stamp pad in the ink. You stamp, lift, and then stamp again. Oh, and I rocked it. Let's do it again. Stamp, lift, stamp again. So that's a much better, I feel like this is much better as Blackberry Bliss. Like this color feels more like Blackberry Bliss. This just feels like black, which I have nothing against black ink. Black ink lives matter too. I'm just kidding. Maybe I shouldn't have gone there. I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, so we better move on. We better move on before I get in trouble. Okay, so we're going to have a white border. We have a white border here. Well, this is how it looks dried, Heather. So do you guys think it's lightening up? It does seem really, really dark. I think I will, when I get my brand new ink pad, I think I'll stamp it and then see the comparison. Like maybe it's a little bit lighter with the new ink pad. Okay, so we have a little bit of a white border, and then we have our designer paper. And this looks really pretty with the Wink of Stella, when we added the Wink of Stella. So now a couple things. I feel like I really want to use this. But I feel like maybe it's already going to take up too much. I don't know. You guys tell me. That's with, and this is without. And then I could also add some Blackberry Bliss ribbon. But maybe it's too much Blackberry Bliss. Maybe I'm going a little crazy. So if we did the ribbon, I would do a cheater method where you take and you cut a long strip of ribbon and then you cut a shorter strip. And then you do this little crisscross. And you tie it. And then you flatten that out. Tighten it, and then you trim it, and it gives you the look of a bow without the struggle of a bow. So maybe should we just use everything? Okay, so everybody says use this. So let's attach this to this. So it gives us a little scalloped look. Okay, so then let's use dimensionals on the back of this to pop this up. Oh, good, you guys, my pre-order is here. Do you guys want me to open it all up here on camera? It just got here. So we'll finish this card and then we'll open up the box. I have cardstock and ink pads coming. Let me grab it and we'll do it. Right on time, sir. Thank you so much. You too. You've been here like every day this week. Okay, so we'll open this up on camera. Let's finish the card. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, I gotta focus and finish this card. Okay, so then let's, on our Blackberry Bliss, whenever you are embossing, you want to use quite a bit of adhesive because otherwise your cardstock is going to pull. Make sure we open this up. Okay, so all I did was take a 1/4 inch off this Blackberry Bliss. So the card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then the Blackberry Bliss piece is going to be 4 1/4. No, it's going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so we're just going to do everything. We're going to use the ribbon. We're going to use all of it. So I probably could cut that, but instead I'll just put a little tape over it and we'll be good to go. Okay, so can you guys see that? So I got to turn my card so that I can get this on here straight because I use my grid mat. Okay, so now we have this piece. So the great thing about this is this bow part will move because of the way we tied it on. So I really would like this down a little bit farther. So I'm just going to move it down a little bit farther and then I will trim it. Okay, so let's trim this a little bit. So we used everything. Okay. And then that's our card with that Blackberry Bliss, which I think is just gorgeous. I don't know how I feel about the ribbon. Maybe I didn't need the ribbon. I tried looking for some mint macaroon ribbon, but I didn't have any. Okay, so now let's open this box up, you guys. So let me clear all of this stuff away. Oh, let me show you one more thing that I did. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. I ran a window sheet through the embossing folder. And can you guys see that? So you can even use things like window sheets or vellum in those embossing folders. Okay, I have a whole mess of product out here. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about the pre-order. Okay, let me show you guys what the giveaway is going to be. And then that way, when I'm getting ready to end the video, I won't forget. So let me raise you guys up because I got to bring the box up here. Okay, so if you've left a comment and you've shared the video, today I have for you these enamel dots, which are retiring. So there is 10 different sheets in here. And it'll come in this really pretty gold bag. And that is the giveaway for today. So make sure you leave your name, like comment and leave your name, and then share the video. Okay, so let's open this box up. So the thing I'm most excited about is the catalog is in here. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at this gorgeousness. Okay, let's set the box over here and I'll pull everything out. Okay, so here's all the new ink pads and their colors. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about these colors, you guys. Okay. So we have Petal Pink. Oh my gosh, it is like Christmas. I love this. So we have Poppy Parade, which I have an old Poppy Parade, but now I have the new Poppy Parade. This is one of my favorite all-time Stampin' Up! Colors. I love it. Then we have Soft Sea Foam. Can anybody who's been around with Stampin' Up! For a while tell me what color this reminds them of? Oh my gosh, I love this. Oh, nice slide. This is like the color Pistachio Pudding from a couple years back. Yep, good call, Linda. Okay, this is Shaded Spruce, a gorgeous green. Okay, we have Mango Melody. Oh my gosh, I love this one. This is gorgeous. Okay, Mary Merlot. Mint Macaroon. So I have the old stamp pad from Mint Macaroon, so I can just get rid of that one. The new colors, are they brighter? Do you mean overall are they brighter? So these were just from, like, this is from the Brights collection. So that one is definitely going to be bright. This is a Regal, so it's going to be more muted. This is a Subtle, so it'll be softer. Mint Macaroon. Mossy Meadow. No, I think this is a returning color, and I have heard lots of people want this color to come back. I don't know that I'm fond of it. Oh, but we are going to get into some of my favorites. Okay. So we have Balmy Blue, which is a brand new color. It's a great blue. Blackberry Bliss. We're going to open this up and we're going to do some stamping right now just to see what the situation is. So let's open this up and we'll do some stamping in a minute. Okay, then we have Coastal Cabana, which I had the old ink pad, so we'll pull that one out. So now we have the new one. Coastal Cabana. We have Flirty Flamingo, which again, I had the old one. So let's pull that, Flirty Flamingo. We have Gorgeous Grape, which is a brand new color. Look at those two colors together. We have Granny Apple Green. Oh, I love this. We have Gray Granite. And then we have Highland Heather, which how beautiful are these together? I love that. So that's the new ink pads. This is some new ribbon, and this is going to be in card kits for you guys. If you spend $50 with me this month, you get an exclusive class where I have 2 cards that we're going to be making from the new designer paper, and it will actually also have this ribbon. We'll be using this ribbon on it. There are the edges. Look at how pretty that is. I keep all my ink pads, Linda, actually. It's the one product from Stampin' Up! That and my dies. I always keep. And this is why. Because look what just happened. When we had the color revamp, we brought these 3 colors back, and I already had the ink pads. I tend to hoard those. Don't tell my husband. Well, he might already know. I totally know you were joking. Totally know. I keep my dies and I keep my stamp pads. Everything else I get rid of. So I love this ribbon. My husband knows I'm a hoarder because we had to convert our garage into my craft area. Okay, I'm really dying to see the catalog. Eeks! Okay, I'm going to try not to scream because I'm on camera. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at how gorgeous it is. I know, don't you guys want to see inside? Can't see inside yet. Can't see inside unless you get it. If you're a current customer, I've already sent all my catalogs out. Oh my gosh, this is so gorgeous. I just want to hug this. I love it. 30 years, you guys. This is going to make me cry. 30 years. It's our 30-year anniversary. It's my 6-year anniversary with Stampin' Up! This month. This is a bundle. So it's varied vases. This is a $1 million milestone stamp set. Mary Fish designed this. So this is photopolymer. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then it has a coordinating punch. So this will be available to order June 1st. And then I got a whole bunch of cardstock, you guys. So I got... This is the new colors. So one of the things that you can do, you can get all the new color stamp pads together, and then you can get a set of the cardstock that has all the new colors. So you can see what they're like. I feel like with cardstock and inks, it's really, look at how gorgeous this is. Oh my word, I'm loving this. It's nice to have it in your hands to actually see the color. So I got 3 of these. That's how many I could get. So it's all the new colors and you get 2 each of each color. So then I got the new in color cardstock, which I love. Here's my pineapple punch. Let's just keep saying that. Pineapple punch. So you get 5 each of these brand new colors. Lipstick, lovely lipstick. And then that is blueberry bushel. Okay. So then these are the returning colors. Okay, you guys. So FYI, next month when you guys start to order, what will happen is you can order, the bundle is just one bundle. So it's just one item number and it's all of the new colors. But it comes in 2 different packs. So it comes in a pack of brand new colors. So these are all the brand new colors. And then it comes in a pack of returning colors. So here's Poppy Parade, Flirty Flamingo, Coastal Cabana, Mossy Meadow, and Blackberry Bliss. That's a little confusing. And then the 2 packs that I got, because I just thought that they were so gorgeous, right away is I got the Mango Melody, and then I got the Gorgeous Grape. So I've already placed another order and just ordered all of the brand new cardstocks in packs. I decided I just had to have packs of it. So this is all of the cardstock I now have to put away into the new colors. So let's really quickly, stamp with our Blackberry Bliss and just see if it's any different. And then I'll let you guys go. We've been on here like an hour, huh? Okay, so here's some Whisper White paper. And we have Blackberry Bliss, the old ink pad. And we have Blackberry Bliss, the new ink pad. Old and new. And then we have our stamp. Okay, so here's our stamp. And we've already stamped with the old, but just for comparison, let's stamp with the, oh, I'll do it over here because that's where the ink pad is. Old, look at that. So that's the old, and it really just looks black, right? So I'm going to go ahead and clean my ink pad just for a fair comparison. So I just have my scrub, and then I have my Stamp and Mist. A great tip for you guys is if you use our Stamp and Mist, I get the big refill bottles, and when I refill my little spritzer, I fill it half with refill cleaner and then the rest with water. And that makes my cleaner last longer. So you just, if you're using the scrub, you just spray it. One side is wet and you clean that. And then one side is dry and you dry that off. Chris. She said, you're cleaning your stamps? No way. I know, because I never do. Who has time to clean? I gotta stamp. I gotta play. Okay, I've been getting better about it because now I'm afraid she's gonna borrow one of my stamp sets and it's not gonna be clean. And then that's gonna be a problem. So it's the same, you guys. Look at that. And same crisp image. So pretty good. We'll just stamp one more time. So here's the new one. We're going to tap it really gently. And then I better clean this stamp right away while I'm thinking about it, so I don't get in trouble. I never clean my stamps. Nope. I always put them back. I get in a hurry and I just don't clean them. And it's a problem. Don't do what I do. It's a problem because then you pull out a stamp and you go to stamp and, you know, you were last using Blackberry Bliss and you know, put it in your petal pink and ruin your stamp pad. So it's not a good habit at all. Okay, so did I just do this wrong? I think I did. Look, no, I didn't. Oh, I did. See, I smashed it on the edge there. It's going to take me a while to get used to these ink pads, you guys. I don't know what I just did there, but I'm going to have to clean it up. So it's definitely going to take me a little while to get used to these new ink pads. Okay, so I don't need this old one. And then let's just open one more new one. Let's do this Highland Heather. Oh my gosh, let's just stamp, you guys. I mean, let's just stamp. Okay. Let me clean this again. Now I'm scared. See? Okay. I do make my girls do it. I do. I give them a big lecture whenever they stamp about cleaning. I didn't realize that. That's horrible. Leave it to my mom to tell on me. I do. I give them this big lecture about cleaning the stamp pads and not smashing and mixing the colors. That is funny. Okay, so here is Highland Heather. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh, that is a gorgeous color. And really crisp. Okay, I'm cleaning again. Look, I'm cleaning. Okay, one more. Let's stamp one more. And then... we'll go. Okay, I'll let you guys vote on the next color I do. Okay, so we have, here's some of the new ones. Okay, out of these colors, which one should I stamp? Open and stamp. I'm gonna have to clean this because I totally made a mess of it. So we have Mary Merlot, Mango Melanie, Shaded Spruce, Gorgeous Grape, Soft Seafoam, and Balmy Blue. Oh, the mango? Okay, what do you guys think about the mango? Did I miss a comment? Blue, the Balmy Blue, the mango. Oops, sorry, trying to read comments. Let's definitely open the mango, maybe the blue. Okay, 2 votes. Okay, we'll do 2 more. We'll do 2 more. Okay, we'll do these 2 colors, which are some of my favorite color combos, actually. The orange and blue together, I really love. So here is the mango. And again, it's a new ink pad. We're gonna lift up like a compact and then slide back. This is opening really great, that one. Now I'm scared. Did I clean this? All of them? Let's just open all of them and stamp. Okay, so here's the Mango Melody. Oh, you guys, look at that. Oh, I hope this is coming across on camera as gorgeous as it is in person. Okay, so let's do the blue. Okay, see, I'm getting better at these ink pads. I'm getting better at them. So here is Balmy Blue. Lift up like a compact and then slide. This one's a little harder to slide. Okay, so here's Balmy Blue. We're cleaning. We're cleaning. No worries. No worries. We're cleaning. Okay. And here is the blue. Oh, this blue is gorgeous. You know what this blue reminds me of? Who remembers Baja Breeze? That's what this blue reminds me of. Okay, so look at this. Baja Breeze is right here. I keep a few retired colors. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. I keep a few retired colors that I really love. Like I have Peekaboo Peach up there. I have Midnight Muse, Baja Breeze, because they're my favorites. So let's stamp Baja Breeze right next to this. Oh, it's a little darker. So Balmy Blue is a little tiny bit darker than Baja Breeze, but really close. So I love these. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit. So pretty. I love this. So now, you guys, I'm going to go play the rest of the day. Remember to leave a comment with your name. And if you share the video, my giveaway this week is this. I will pick a winner in a couple days. And you can get any of the products that I use right now. They're brand new products from the new catalog. All of the paper and the stamp set and the embossing folder. You can get that right now. They're in certain bundles. So the embossing folder is only in the Gotta Have It All bundle. Totally worth having, you guys. And then catalogs have gone out. So if you are a current customer, you will be getting a catalog from me. And you will be getting all of your documentation. That sounds funny. Documentation for your catalog, your wish list, your punch card, your letter, new catalog letter. All of that will come separate. So you'll get a little envelope full of that, and then you'll get a catalog. They're shipping directly from Stampin' Up. So they will go out in the next couple weeks. So I'm going to go enjoy this brand new catalog. I've seen it online, but I am going to go look through it, look in these beautiful pages, and I'm going to do all of my ink pads today and put them up, get all my stickers on there. And then I will see you guys next week. I have a post that's going up on my website later for Simply Layered Pages. So you'll want to check that out a little bit later. And then I'll be back next week to share with you guys and hang out with you. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching my live video. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. These are going pretty well, so I may start doing them every Friday because you guys are seeming to enjoy them. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later.